So Brian, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. My name is Brian Almon, and I'm here representing myself today. A little bit about my family. I went through public schools in a rural community. My wife was homeschooled all through her time. My eldest two children currently attend a private Christian school, but my 5-year-old, we're homeschooling him this year for his kindergarten year. So my family has experienced many possible ways of doing school, many alternatives. I have a lot to say, but I'll try and condense this into 2 arguments. Why do we need school choice? Money following the student. It's clear from test scores and other metrics and testimonies we've heard here today that something in the public school system isn't working, or at least isn't working for all people. And I believe this tax credit will allow those who wish to try an alternative but are otherwise prevented from doing so the opportunity to do that. There will always be money for public schools. This bill doesn't change that. Every year we hear people in this building talking about unprecedented and historic investments in public education, and I imagine we'll keep hearing that. However, this bill gives families who want an alternative a chance to try that alternative. Second, I want to explain why I don't believe this is a threat to the homeschooling community. The bill does not mention homeschooling at all. It makes no changes to the protections that homeschoolers in Idaho have enjoyed for 3 decades. The only oversight of the tax credit comes from the tax commission. It doesn't give the Department of Education the ability to come in and regulate how you're homeschooling your children. Many people worry that government regulation always follows government money, that is taxpayer money. I believe a tax credit is the best way to make sure that doesn't happen. Consider the grocery tax credit. Idahoans take $120 per person in their household as a tax credit, and we don't see any government agency looking over our shoulders telling us what we can and can't buy at the grocery store. So it can be done. I believe House Bill 93 will allow families who want to try something new, whether private schools, micro schools, homeschooling, etc., the opportunity to do that. It provides necessary accountability through the tax commission, makes sure we're not cheating, and it doesn't regulate how we choose to educate our children. I believe it's the best of all worlds, a great start in reforming a broader school system for all Idaho students. And I urge this committee to send this bill to the floor with a due pass recommendation.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Almon. Are there any questions? Seeing none, thank you for being here. Oh, we do have a question. Senator Burton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for being here, Brian. You're a smart guy. You follow politics and what happens in this building quite a bit, probably more than most, so I value your opinion. You said something that sort of triggered my thought process, and walk me through your thoughts on how the tax commission can communicate with the Department of Ed or the State Board of Ed, because I'm pretty sure that that's illegal currently. You can't speak to each other, or those entities aren't able to speak to each other. So with that, how do we check a student's enrollment status, in your opinion, before approving a credit?
Mr. Almon.
Mr. Chairman, Senator Burnt, I'm not sure that seems like it would be a better question for the bill sponsors on that.
Mr. Chairman, and maybe so, I just wanted to get that on the, it sort of just triggered my thought process when you spoke about the tax commission.
Yeah, you're welcome to comment or respond, or we can wait for the sponsors to address that. I'm sure they're writing notes.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I could only speculate on that, so I think that's a better question for them instead of me trying to figure it out.